Today we're going to talk about how to attract money into your life. So if you're one of those who are looking for answers regarding money, sit still, don't go anywhere, because I've got tips for you. And if you really, before we dive into this video, if you just joined me here, my name is Israel. And if you just if you're just watching my videos for the first time, make sure that you subscribe there at the bottom, touch the bell button to not miss out anything whenever I upload a video. Now, how do we attract money into your life? Many people are really wondering, especially here in Africa. People are wandering around in poverty. People are struggling. People are struggling in life. People are wondering, what are we supposed to do? How are we supposed to earn a living? But then now, only to forget and not to know, not even to forget, because nobody has ever revealed this into their lives. What they say, this whole thing that they say, people say the gap between the rich and the poor is very big. But this is not, it's not necessarily what you think it means. The meaning of this, the reason why they say this is because the things that the poor know, the things that poor people know, the things that rich people know, poor people don't know. People don't know. The schools that poor people go to, they never train these things to them. Now that is where you find that people are struggling. People who live in poverty are really struggling simply because they can know. It's lack of knowledge. My people perish because of lack of knowledge. That's one scripture in the most famous book that always sold in years, in decades, in centuries, which is called the Bible. It says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. But people are in poverty here in Africa simply because they don't know. They lack knowledge. Now, the things that rich, wealthy people know are not things that the poor people know. The mentality is different. Now, that takes us back to what I mentioned in one of the other video about how to attract money with the law of attraction. You can dive there, you can touch that card there. It will take you straight to that video and watch it. Now, the things that you know, mentality matters a lot. Mentality matters a lot. How you think really matters a lot. Africans, we were liberated years ago, long time ago, that we were liberated from slavery, from colonialism, but still we have slavery in our minds. Africans still have slavery in their minds. The way we think, the way we are taught things, and we can't actually come to blame. We've got nobody to blame here. But the system that we go, the schools that we go to, these are the things that they teach us. Teachers themselves, they've been trained to understand that way. They've been trained to believe that way. And therefore, it's the same teachings that they pass on to the young ones, to the little ones, to the new generation. Now, we need to understand that in order to beat poverty here in Africa, we need to change the way we think, the way we believe, and our fundamentals and our. It doesn't matter where we come from. It doesn't matter. Our background doesn't matter. Whether you're educated or uneducated. Now, these rules don't apply to nobody. They apply to everybody. They apply to everybody. They don't only apply to someone who studied. They don't only apply to someone with a degree, to someone who has this, to someone who's white, to someone who's that. It applies to everybody. Now, the reason why Westerners have become so wealthy and have been so a little bit ahead of us is because they discovered these laws that attract money. The laws that attract money into their lives, they discovered it. They discovered it. If you really know the power that you have inside of you, right now, you who's watching this video, if you know the power that you're carrying, the power that you have right in front of you, you will even fly like a bird. You will fly, you will travel. You will travel. Have you heard of time traveling? You will travel into the future and see what's in the future and come back, and you will travel backwards 10 centuries ago, and you will fly and go back there and come back. The energy that you have inside of you, you won't be able to contain it if you tap into if you really tap into it and start living according to the way you were designed to live. Man, when God designed man was designed with everything. Everything is right in front of you, right inside of you, not in front. It's right inside of you. You possess everything. You, who's you? You possess you. You are not this body. You aren't this body. This body is a body. It's a flesh. You've got energy. You are a soul that lives in the body. You are a spirit that live in the body. You are not a soul, you are a spirit, a spirit. You are a spirit that lives in the body. That's why you come to say, my body is aching, my arm is aching, my head is, my leg is. That person who's saying my, owns that body because it's his body. So you are not the body. The body belongs to you. Now you who lives in the body, you possess a soul. A soul is like your hard drive. A soul is like your processor. Your processor, the processor. Your soul is like your processor. It processes whatever you give it. Whatever that you feed on, you choose to feed it. If you choose to feed on movies, horror movies, that's what you're gonna give the soul. If you choose to feed on anger, if you give it anger, that's what the soul is gonna process into what it's gonna store into your brain. If you choose to feed on happiness, on positive, and you choose to see things differently in a positive way, your soul will be trained into processing just that. So you are a spirit, you live in a body, and you possess a soul. So those are the three parts that you're made of. When God designed man, he designed him with everything. Everything. Imagine the same power, the same power that God possesses. He took it and he put it right in front of you. And then he smiled and then he said, this is good. When God created Adam, when he created you, he smiled and he said, this is good. Imagine God saying that. He said, of all the things that he created, after he created you, he said, this is good. I've outdone myself. And then he said, before he even created you, he said, let's make man in our own image. Let's make man in our own. If you believe in creation, then you believe what I'm saying. So, but long story short, the power that you're possessing inside there can give you whatever you want. The power that you possess, if you learn to tap into that power, you will never lack anything in life. You will never lack money in your life. You will never lack food in your life. You will never lack a job. You will live in abundance. The whole world will turn around and it will be turned upside down just because of that energy that you have inside of you. So we watch all these movies, we always watch these animation and all of these Power Rangers and all of that. Long time ago, when we were little, we used to watch Power Rangers and all of that. That stuff is reality. You own that power. You possess that power. Have you watched Superman? Have you seen Superman? You have that power. You have the power. You are a Superman. That is where the concept of Superman comes from there. It comes from there. And then Spider-Man, the concept comes from humanity. You do have power to attract money into your life. But now, how do we learn to attract this money? There are many ways to attract money into your life. First of the things, like I said, is changing your mindset. Like I said, I've got many videos, but I won't be able to tell you all the tips, give you all the tips into one video. That's why I advise you to go and dive into that playlist there at the bottom, one of the playlists there. Go down there, you will see where there is videos. Go to playlist, tap on playlist, and then look for how to attract money into your life. That playlist. Watch the whole playlist. So now you will learn that the mindset, it all starts here. Now today in this video, I'll focus on the mindset as part of how to attract money into your life. The mindset, how you think, the way you see life. Now you will fill up a glass. Someone will fill up a glass, and put it there in front of you. Or you can fill a glass, half of the glass, and then ask half a glass with water, or have a bottle with water, and ask people that you see, ask them, is this glass half full or is it half empty? Some will say it's half full, some will say it's half empty. They're all looking at the same glass, but they're seeing it differently. Some are seeing it, those who complain a lot, those who lack and they live in poverty and they live on complaining and mumbling and grumbling, they will see how half empty that glass is. Those who live in abundance and they are positive and they don't worry, they don't care, their lives in God's hands, and they live a positive, happy life no matter what they lack or no matter what they have, they appreciate it. They will see that glass that it's half full. So now people are looking at the same glass, but they see it differently. Now in your mind, you need to start looking at things the differently. Do you always complain about everything that goes wrong in your life? Do you complain about it? So those are the things that really did sit inside here, inside of our hearts, and then they hinder us. They hinder this energy. Now, my point here, I'm trying to make sure that we get to birth out this energy, so it can spark. You can spark in it, and you start triggering all that you want in life. Start attracting money. Start attracting wealth. Start attracting positive things. Start attracting women in your life. Start attracting men if you want to get married. Start attracting everything that you need in life. Now that energy in there, it's trapped right in there because of the attitudes that you piling on top of it. The stuff that you're piling on top of it, you're heavy. Your heart is heavy. You're filled with anger. You're filled with bitterness. You're filled with unforgiveness. You're filled with jealousy. You're filled with bitterness and envy. You envy everybody that goes ahead of you. You envy. I understand that your background, from where you came from, things have been tough. You've gone through it rough, but we have the power to change who we are. Nobody else has the power. Not even God has the power to change you. God cannot change you unless you go to him and say, you surrender and you say, God, touch my life. He doesn't have power. He does have the power, but he doesn't have rights to force himself on you. He gave the rights. He gave you rights to he gave you authority. He gave you authority to your life. He cannot force himself and come on you and change you just as if you're a robot. That will be violating your rights. He will be violating your rights. He will be going against his word. So now nobody can take away your happiness. Nobody can take away your happiness without your permission. You have to give them permission. So therefore, you've got power. Nobody can change your life. You have the power to change that life and to change that mindset. Now, how do we do just that? The only way to do that, if you really want to start being positive and start thinking positive and start changing your life, be a person who takes criticism. Take criticism, but take it positively. Whoever that criticizes you, see it as a positive way. Don't be sensitive. Don't be touchy. Don't be offended. All the time you're offended. When someone looks at you, then you think they're looking at you because you're fat. When someone says something, you always choose to see it in a negative way. Now that's stuff that hinder you from progressing. You will never spark that energy that attracts money if you're filled with anger and bitterness and all type of negativity. So now you need to start adjusting yourself. You can change your life. Don't say you can't. Don't say it's who you are. Don't say people who live in poverty and people who will never progress. It all starts with the words that they say. Remember, the things that you say will always create a circumstance in your life. Remember, I said mentality. Now, what you think here, what you believe in here, is gonna start coming out of your mouth. Out of your mouth. If you're angry and if you're bitterness and if you're upset about something, it will always come. You will always say it out. And someone will be like, is everything okay? You will always say it out. Your attitude will come out. So now when you say it out, you will create. The same power God used to create. He said, let there be light. Let there be this. Let there be that. Let there be this. Everything he spoke, it's only man where he went with his hands and created. It's only man. That's where you shouldn't underestimate yourself. Don't look down upon yourself. Don't look down on you. Don't even provoke. Don't even undermine. Don't even look down upon what God took his hands and molded and created. You are special. You are special. You can change your life. You can change your life and tap into that energy and start attracting whatever that you want, whether it's money, whether it's women, whether it's men, whether it's whatever, whether it's cars, whether it's you need to learn to tap into that energy. But the first thing you need to do is start by changing your mind. Now there is more other things that you can do, more other tips, more other things, but this is going to be a series of videos. I won't give you everything in one video unless we're going to sit here and make it a 4-hour video, of which we're not gonna do that. But now if you really want to see more, make sure that you subscribe there at the bottom, touch the bell button to receive a message whenever I put up something, just to train you how to attract money into your life. Now this is Israel again. Keep coming back and back again for more videos and tips on how to teach you how to generate money and teach you the laws of attraction. Bye bye.